What is up?
Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Awesome. You must be Nev.
I am Nev.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too, man. You too. Where are you? Is that a real background or is that a virtual background?
No, it's real. I am in the fake names rehearsal space, also known as my basement
Yeah.
in Neptune, New Jersey.
That is awesome. How cool is
Yeah.
that? I can't tell anymore. These days, when I'm talking to people, sometimes you think that they're in a night. There's a cool background. They're like, "Oh no, it's just a picture I took."
Yeah, no, I would never deceive people like that. Come on. I'm in the business of telling truths.
So, are the rest of the boys with you today? Are they out there?
No,
Nah.
no, we're they're wherever they live right now.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. One of them's in Sweden. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to start. I'm going to go up to Michael Hampton's house, the better of the two guitar players, next week, and start figuring out how we're going to possibly play these songs live, because there's so many guitar parts on it. So that's going to be an interesting journey. And after we settle that, then we'll invite everybody to come, and we'll get into shape, get into fighting shape.
That sounds good. Is there a fridge? Is there a barbecue there? What do you in the gym?
Well, I mean,
place? What's the comfortable?
Well, the basement to my house is attached to an entire house.
Oh yeah.
So all that stuff's like kind of, in general population. This is sort of like like I'm going downstairs to hide.
Yeah.
But we have two barbecues, my friend. Vegetable only, meat only. That's the kind of show I run over here in New Jersey.
Why I should be there with you now. Like
You should. And you're totally invited. It's great.
Thanks, man. It'll take me a plane ride and a little. But you were here. You were here like 2 weeks ago. Less than that.
Yeah, I was. It was awesome. It was incredibly great. I had a really good time. It was people came out. Everybody seemed to be happy, which is the goal. Social Distortion were cool, and our fans were really nice to them, which I thought was great. And their fans tolerated us. It was a perfect marriage. It worked out really well. And most importantly for me is that in the last year or two, I've really gotten into cricket. So I had the opportunity to have a day off at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, and that was the MCG was a big one for me.
Oh, that's awesome. Bit of a listening. Hey, like you're always welcome down here in Australia. We love seeing you. And that show in Brisbane, because I'm on the Gold Coast, but Brisbane.
Yeah. Oh, well, pardon me.
But down the road. But mate, everyone was saying how awesome it was. I couldn't make it, but my photographer and reviewer made it, and he was like, that was just insane.
Cool. Yeah, it was great because it was not in the place it was supposed to be because of the cyclone. So where we were going to play was where they were helping people who were like homeless or having problems. So we played in this awesome smaller place, which is how it should be in the first place. I don't remember the name of the club, but what was great about it is it was completely packed and people are right there in your face, that's how punk is delivered. I mean, it comes to, we all have to remember that. That's when it's at its best. So I had a really good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What was it? No, it was a River Stage is where you did, right? No. Yes.
I don't, come on. I've been home for 2 weeks. All my memory is completely gone.
I know. So is mine. I know. And I'm the Saturday morning and I'm getting there. I'm slowly getting there. But anyway, man, I really, really like this new Fake Names album, like Expendables. It just came out, was it yesterday? But I was lucky. I had it early. Man, I've been walking around for a while with Delete Myself in my head, but
that's the goal. Yeah.
Definitely, man, it's an earworm. But the rest of the album altogether as a whole, once you hear it, it's really, really cool, man. It really complements each other. It's a really great record, man.
Well, that's very kind of you to say. Thank you. I mean, that's kind of, we don't really have a plan for this band other than we like to write music that we like to listen to. And so we're drawing from all of these influences, which admittedly, I mean, we're in our, except for our hot young singer, Dennis, we're all in our mid 50s and older, so it sounds a little like classic punk and classic rock.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a weird mix. And then Dennis comes in, and it becomes its own thing. It's like cool and weird and unexpected. And I think that's why it's fun. I mean, it's just a different, you don't really hear someone, screaming about revolution over kind of like a mellow Joe Perry riff. You just don't hear that anymore or ever. So
it's true. No, it's true. And I think that's what I like about it so much. That contrast is there, and and I think it might talk to some people that wouldn't usually, hear those things.
I hope so. And that's the thing, we all have to remember that punk is protest music, and the lyrics, as much as I like, I'm a big guitar fan, obviously, but the lyrics were the point. So if you're having these kind of punk serious lyrics that are being delivered in the way that music that doesn't matter is delivered, for lack of a better explanation, just sort of, it's extra unexpected, but it is effective in the goal, which is, of course, we still want to smash the state. I mean, just because I'm old doesn't mean I'm not punk anymore. Fuck the man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is how I grew up, and I will never change.
You're not old, brother.
I don't mean old. I'm just saying relative to.
Oh, yeah.
No, I feel like I'm 30. It's no big deal. I'm not being ageist at all. I'm totally stoked. It's just for conversation's sake.
I see. Well, I feel old, and I'm 40.
Well, you certainly are. You look like a baby.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, wait to see me shape. But I guess that's the thing about punk over the years is, do you think it sort of lost its teeth for a while? Everyone's singing about their girlfriend and going for a skate and stuff like that instead of some real tough issues.
Well, that's a product of things getting popular. And I am so stoked and proud of all of these bands who have come after Bad Religion and have gone just on this huge other level, because they're reaching so many people who would never have taken an interest in punk. But I think that there is some caveat there that, like, a Blink-182 song is going to be dealing with the topics that the fans of Blink-182 are interested in, and they are a whole different generation. And it's, there's nothing wrong about singing about your girlfriend or, like, losing a fight, but my taste goes to something a little more on the Anarchy in the UK style. And it's it's just, all of it's great, but I think it has gotten softer, but that's just because the audience has gotten softer. It's not dangerous. Punk isn't dangerous anymore.
That's it.
And that's really what it is. I mean, fortunately we have a lot of metal that still is, which is great news for people like me. But punk is a little more user friendly.
So you say you're a metal dude as well?
I am an old school metal dude. I am a Motorhead Maiden dude.
Yeah.
And modern versions. And I love Danzig, by the way. Your Danzig shirt is awesome.
Oh yeah, the Zig.
Yeah. The Zig is big. We love him. But yeah, of course, I like heavy music. I like aggressive music, and that's what you have. Your metal.
Hey man, I'm all across the board. And like you, I mean, you're a very diverse songwriter. You seem to do a lot of different stuff, and that's really cool. And that's why I think, I gravitate towards what you're doing is,
Thank you.
You don't just go one little thing.
Yeah. I can do three things. I think I can do the fast one, and then the mid tempo and the slow. And that's, those are skills that you acquire over time. But I have never really thought of myself as a songwriter, and that's probably part of it. There's, like, I write riffs, or I write the hooks and the riffs, and then in Fake Names is a great example. Michael, my partner, takes all of my junk and makes it into a song, because he's good at it. He's an actual songwriter. And so having him is so invaluable, because he can take just one riff and then all of a sudden he's got a middle eight and he's got verses, and you're like, I would never have done that. I would have just let the riff die in my voice memo collection, maybe tried to show it to Brett Gurewitz. Sometimes he digs the riffs, but I would never have made anything out of it without Michael. And so that's kind of why this partnership is so vibrant and important.
Is that what's the process of Fake Names? So you'll come up with a riff, and then you'll take it to him, and you guys will sit around and chill out, and then it goes from there.
No, well, Michael writes too. I mean, we both write. We're only writing music for this project, because Dennis is writing the lyrics. That's part of our deal. So what Michael and I do is that we just get enough songs that are worth sending to Dennis. And sometimes it's a song that I have written top to bottom. Michael top to bottom writes songs too, or maybe Michael will have a riff and then I'll hear something in it and make it. But it's incredibly collaborative, and it's not, the only way it's skewed is that without Michael, this wouldn't work. We both put in the same amount of effort, but his more advanced understanding of songwriting is what makes this platform. And then we give it to Dennis, and he does whatever he wants, and we don't change what he does. The only time is if you like, because English isn't his first language, though he speaks English better than I do. If he's using a word that's like in America was from 1950, but he doesn't know because he's in Sweden, then we just tell him, well, no, this is the new way to say that. Like little shit like that. Never change his intent or what he wants to sing about. And it's that simple, really.
How far back do the songs for this one go? Because I know, was it the first one came out in 2020?
Yeah, right when we locked down. It was like, okay, you can't leave your house. Here's your new record, which was good and bad. Not good for touring.
No, you did one show. Was it one show that you managed?
We did one show. We did one show before the record came out. Just one. We still have only played one show. So our second show is going to be with 2 full albums out.
That's cool, but
yeah, it's either going to be great or fucking mess. Who knows? We'll see.
Oh, it's going to be great. I
hope so.
About it. Man, both those albums are really good, and I think that's and Dennis is a phenomenal frontman, like
incredible.
One of the best.
Yeah, he definitely is, and I love that he has no he's all in. There is no sense of holding back or maybe shame or this not, he doesn't think like that. It's like when he's singing, it is an immediate expression. I hate the word organic and I won't use it, but I can't think of a better one. It's just, this comes from him. It's this organic, like, wow. And he's hanging from the fucking rafters in like in skinny jeans. It's like, how the fuck am I going to get to do that from the punk scene?
Yeah.
Nobody. What, you see Ian MacKaye hanging upside down in skinny jeans with a fucking, no, you're not going to see that.
But he's also a really good dude too. I've been lucky enough to speak to him a couple of times over the years, and he's a really sweet dude too. Like he's an absolute maniac when he gets up there, but he's a really polite, nice Swedish man.
Incredible. Yeah, I am much better a man for having him as my friend. He's really he's a great friend, and he's just very interesting. He is interested in lots of things, and he knows a lot about a lot of different things, which is always fun to have dinner with somebody like that.
Yeah, he's a smart cookie too. Yeah, he sure is. But you got a tour coming up.
Yeah.
Soon. Hey,
we're
jamming, getting ready to jam, getting ready to jam, getting ready to get into it.
Get ready to jam. I mean, I really am getting ready to do it. I have to do a couple of Bad Religion shows before at the end of this month, but then it's all April is Fake Names, and we're going to test our metal out on the east and west coast of the States. And from there, our attitude is we want to play everywhere. And the timing is only based on if Refused is doing something, or Bad Religion, or Johnny Temple, of course, is in Girls Against Boys and Soulside. We're all in a lot of different bands. And we're the newest band of all the bands we're in. So you kind of have to give the ones that you've invested the most time in, they get precedent. Like I'm not going to cancel a Bad Religion tour to play one show in Kansas with Fake Names. I'm just not going to do it. But what that means is we're finding holes when we can go places. And our thing is we want to go everywhere, and we want to go to Australia. We want to go to New Zealand. And the beauty of Fake Names is that we can, I'll eat my plane ticket and play for, I don't expect to make any money.
Yeah.
I don't care. So we can go and do the cool shit. We can play the cool small show and fucking kill it and have a packed small house, and it costs us a plane ticket, and that's fine. There's none of this math or management or rock and roll shit that goes into being a bigger band. And it's like, that's just such freedom. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll come and play 6 shows in Australia. Fuck yeah, I will. It's fun.
Is it locked in? Is it something locked
No,
in?
of course not. This is all
No.
fantasy talk, but I'm giving you an example of our attitude. No, it's no, but I mean, these people all, what are your plans for touring? I get that a lot in a lot of these interviews, and they are to tour as much as possible, but things are in flux right now because we don't exactly know when Bad Religion schedule is still not firm for the rest of for the end of this year. So I wish I could give you more detail, but this is the life we chose.
You had me hanging just for 1 second.
Well, we're coming though. We're coming for sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. And I'll be waiting. I'll just be
night,
waiting at every venue every night until
2 nights Gold Coast, 3 nights Brizzy. We'll be there.
Hey. You should totally come and play the Gold Coast. Play Vinny's Dive. If you've heard of Vinny's Dive, it's a punk club on the Gold Coast.
I'll look it up.
Fucking rip, dude. That would be. I played there several times. It's awesome.
The only thing is, if I go play the Gold Coast, then my wife's going to want to come because she's like obsessed with reality television, and there's some show that's like the Gold Coast that she like really got into and was like, it's like, have you ever played Gold Coast? I was like, well, no. I mean, it's like I played Sydney. I haven't really. We just never had the opportunity. She's like, I know she's going to want to go because she's obsessed with it.
You're welcome. Cool. Hey, just come down.
Yeah, no, it's going to be cool. I'm saying it's going to turn into a vacation. Isn't that what life's about?
That's right. That's exactly right. But saying that you're all in different bands, you're all busy, but with the different fan bases coming together, have you noticed that you get different reactions? Even that first show that you played before the album dropped.
Yeah.
Did you find that the different fan bases coming together, different reactions to the tunes? How was it?
And it's funny. There are some people I think who, at least because we didn't have music out yet, there were people who were coming to that first show, and they kind of were expecting, I think, to see music like we played when we were kids. I don't think they really, we never really defined ourselves, and so they're coming to see like, that's the guy in Minor Threat, that's the guy in Refused, and they expect it to be that kind of thing. And there's elements of that in what we do, but it's not what we sound like. And in just that one show, what we found out is those people dug it anyway. Like it was kind of watching people go like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing here. And I like it. And I think people are going to be more educated now that we have a few albums out. But it's always great to see the people who just want to be like, they just want to be in the room with Brendan Canty, like the Fugazi fans. Like, I just want to be in the room. I don't care what he's doing. And it's like, that's so nice to, there he is. He is playing drums. Man. It's good. I like to make people happy.
I've got to say, like the term supergroup gets thrown around a lot, but man, you guys are pretty fucking super. Like its combined energies is pretty damn good.
I know. It's funny though, because I've been on a quest to find a better descriptor than supergroup.
I know.
And it's like, I hate saying it, but sometimes there's no other way to describe it. And it's like built in, like they've been saying supergroup since like Yes and Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Like this has been poisoning our dialogue for like 50, 60 years now. And the first person who can come up with an excellent synonym for supergroup that doesn't make the members of the group feel embarrassed.
Yeah.
That's going to be a huge contributor to music journalism and discourse. That man or woman.
Better get to work, eh?
Yeah, thank you. No, I'll pay too. $100. Right out of my pocket. $100 US.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I like money. No.
It's okay.
You'll be like, no money for you. That is a shit word. But I'll be like, okay, all right.
If your work is good, you will be compensated for it.
Okay. All right. That sucks. It's trash. But anyway, I did want to mention, I do like your guitar review videos.
Oh, thank you.
They are very cool.
Total accident. And the problem with those is that I can't just make them because, as you see, there's no editing. Yeah. And like so firstly, it has to come to me that I want to do something, and then I have to do it. And if I can't get it done in like 10 minutes, then it's done. It's like the reason why I think it's funny is because I'm just making shit up. And so people are like, why don't you do more of them? It's like, I'm trying, but I can't like go, "Oh, today I'm going to go make another one of those cute fucking Instagram videos." Like I just doesn't work that way. It's like it just happens. It's like a moment. And so yeah, I mean I should have done a couple more by now. I don't even know when the last one was, but there more will come. It's just the inspiration has to be there or it's bullshit.
How many guitars would you say you've got? Like 100?
No, like 64. 64, I think, is the last number, but I have a couple that are for sale at a local shop.
Okay.
So it'll probably go down, but then it'll go back up. I mean, I sell guitars if they're not good. Like I buy a bunch of guitars, but I sell a lot of them because you can't really tell. You have to live with one
Yes.
to really see if it's going to do something good. And they're tools to me. I mean, I think they're cool to look at, but I'm not like a collector. Like I don't collect expensive stuff because it's expensive. And I have some really cheap guitars that are great. And then I will buy a nice guitar. I actually, what I have for sale in New Jersey is this awesome 1974 SG refinished in like emerald green, all original, fucking amazing tarback pickups. Great, beautiful. It's not good. It sure looks great. And I paid too much for it. And I'm like,
Really?
this is going to be the best thing in the world. And I got it home and I really wanted to make it the best thing in the world, but it was all original. So I didn't want to start hacking it up or like even just changing pickups and just starting to monkey with it like I do with my stage guitars. I was like, this guitar is too nice for that. And it doesn't sound good enough for me to keep. And fortunately, I don't think anyone's going to be watching this who's going to the guitar store in New Jersey to look for an SG. Not to say that not to say that you're not worldwide.
Yeah, no, but imagine.
But I hope I haven't lost a sale. It's less than I paid for it. So I am a realistic man. I am not trying to screw anybody. Maybe they like it. Maybe they like tinny, dead guitars, but I don't.
Have you ever found any that on the road? Not on the side of the road, like you're like, there's a guitar.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
like,
I used to.
that you have to have.
Of course. But that was really before eBay and Reverb, like
Yeah.
you roam the earth and you would just get the best shit. I mean, now it's like, everything is online. So the chances of stumbling into something are much lower, but I go to guitar stores in every city that I'm in. If I have like more than an hour or two to spare, I will go to any guitar store because I just like to be in the room with guitars and smell them. It's like Brendan Canty. I just want to be in the room, you know? But I haven't bought anything out in the wild recently that I can think of right now.
Sometimes, you're out and about and you'll see something. You go, I've got to have that. Oh, I can't really. Oh, I'll let the wife know, but it's coming back somehow. But
She doesn't care. She all thinks they're the same guitar. That's what's amazing. Don't you already have that one? I was like, well, I mean, it's shaped like ones that I have. Yes, but
it's same, but different.
Let me tell you about the difference between this Les Paul Studio and this Les Paul, 1959 reissue, ma'am.
And then she just goes, I
don't give a shit.
Yeah. But what else you got coming up, man, for the rest of the year? I mean, we're just kicking.
I'm going to Japan with Bad Religion at the end of the month. And then Bad Religion is playing Punk Rock Bowling, which is kind of like the super punk big day out that we have in the States, which is always fun. We've played it a number of times and it's everybody we love is playing. It's, our guys like Rancid, Dropkicks, Pennywise, the whole thing. And it's just so much fun. We always try to do it at least every other year. They can't invite us every year, I guess, because it'd probably get boring. And then I have Fake Names is playing another fest a month later called the Riot Fest, and that's in Chicago. And this is a more diverse festival. It's probably closer to a big day out because it's not just focused on punk. And this is a great festival that I played in. This will be the third band that I played Riot Fest in. Because Beach-Rats played Riot Fest a year or two ago also, and Bad Religion has played it. I think we played it last year. We played it like 5 or 6 times, and that's awesome too. And then I have Bad Religion. I totally skipped. Bad Religion's we're going to do Spain and Portugal in May, and then there's some other stuff I can't talk about that probably is going to happen while we're in Europe, but I can't talk about it. And then there's we definitely have most of July and August off. So everybody, there's a lot of new dads in Bad Religion, believe it or not. Like Graffin and Jay both have Graffin's kid is like 8 and Jay has a daughter who's 9 and they have a newborn.
Oh, wow.
I guess Dragon's like maybe 8 months old. So summertime is still like kid family fun time for those guys. So, we used to take off in like December and November because no one wants to tour when it's cold, and now it's flipped because so they're going to have family time, and then a bunch of stuff. And Bad Religion is doing a lot of American festivals through the end of the year, and we're going to go to South America as well, which we haven't been to in a couple of years, and that's always wonderful down there. So it's a pretty busy, for us, it's a pretty busy year, and hopefully I can stick some fake names in there between the lines.
Yeah, absolutely. And Australia somewhere. Because, I mean, it's funny because you mentioned Japan. Bands used to go Japan, then Australia, being that we're like right here. But I've been noticing of late the bands have been doing a little flip. Like they'll do Australia, they'll go home, then they'll bounce back and do Japan, or they'll do it not straight back to back.
It's just about timing. Like we would not be against that, but what we're doing in Japan are these punk spring festivals, which happen at that certain time. And when we had our Australian tour with Social Distortion in the works, that's when it had to be. So there was really no chance to double up. It used to be we would do Australia, Japan, and Hawaii, because Hawaii is so far away from the U.S. mainland, and it's always kind of you'd end the tour in Hawaii and like have your family come and zone out. But not anymore. I'm just like a working commuter man now. It's just like 13 hours on the plane, get off, rock, get back on the plane, go home. It's not really a hard life. I could not complain, but it's a little less wild than it used to be.
Man. Well, we love seeing you down here, so hopefully we get that fake names, and you're always welcome no matter what you're doing, brother. And,
well appreciated. And yes, I'm going to come back there till I'm dead. I love Australia. It's just a great place to play, and it is so beautiful, and everybody's so fucking cool. I mean, even the badasses, and most people are badasses. They're nice. They're just badasses. Yeah, dude. It's crazy. The people I've met have been it's just great. So I love it. Coming back.
And here I thought you'd be like another fucking Australian.
No,
I was just there.
It's boring to you. It's a privilege for us Yanks. It's a fantasy land. It's like Los Angeles 10 years ago, but with like half the traffic, and everybody's good looking. It's amazing.
I'm glad. Hey, you said I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Yes. Sorry. Well, I wasn't talking about you specifically, but yes, as an Australian, you definitely you can come into the circle.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I'll poke my head in. Cool. And go, no, over there.
Cool.
Anyway, it's been great hanging out with you on this show. We'll have all the links down here to the Fake Names album Expendables. That's out everywhere now and on the website as well. Brother, take care, and thank you so much again. It's been awesome.
Hey, Nev, it's been my pleasure. I hope to talk to you as soon as possible.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Cheers.
Thanks, bro. See ya.